So, hi and welcome to the Holistic Life podcast. Today, with me, I have the pleasure to interview Harris Newman. He is a writer. He wrote for companies like Nike and Adidas, and now he has also a wonderful blog called Tales from the Well. And he is also a teacher, helping people converse in English in a more fluent way. So, welcome, Harris. I'm very happy to have you today here. And we talked about you traveling the world for the past, how long?
Since April.
Since April. What made you take that decision?
To travel?
To just drop it and travel.
So it goes before that.
Okay.
So you asked like when I started traveling, but I feel like the chapter started, there's like a new chapter, and it started last June. That's when I quit my job. So I had a full-time job. I was living in New York. I quit the job. I had a girlfriend. I did a little bit of traveling then, and the plan was to come back to New York and be together and have a life. And this was my plan in my head, go to grad school. And then we broke up. And the first thing that popped in my mind was Paris. I don't know why. As soon as it happened, or the day after. And yeah, I knew I wasn't going to stay in New York after that. I knew it was never fully right for me, but I was going to make it work for the relationship. I was more excited about that than anything. And so yeah, once that fell through, I was like, there's nothing for me here. I don't want to be here. I'm not my best version of myself here. And yeah, I'm like, how much do I say? So
As much as it feels comfortable for you
sharing,
so...
Okay, because everything has like a sort of marker and like an impetus. So I went to Portugal for a month to kind of I was so angry about the breakup, and I just needed some space from New York. I needed some space to kind of see things clearly. That's in December, and everything in my life otherwise is great. I have no stress at all, and the only thing stressing me out was my apartment, because it was a lot of money, and I was like, I know I have to move, I just don't know when. So I'm journaling, and something in me says April 1st. I don't know what.
April's Fool.
Thankfully not. Something in me said April 1st, and then 5 minutes after I wrote that down, I got an email from the landlord saying that they were raising the rent, and that was in December 31st. They have 3 months to implement it, so that would have been April 1st, and I was just like, whoa. So that was your longer answer for why I started traveling, and then when. And like I said, I didn't know how long I would go. I knew it would be open. I gave myself open-endedness. But yeah, I said, something in me said start with Paris. So I went to Paris.
But it sounds like you are listening to your intuition.
Yeah.
How does it work for you so far?
How has it worked?
Yep.
Well, I'm not at the end, so I can't look back and be like, it was right. But there's been a flow. There's been a flow to it. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Which is to me, that's the most satisfying thing, when I feel like my life is in flow, or it's in momentum. So I go to a place, I'm not just sitting there, being like, what am I doing? I have those days, but I'm meeting people, or there's things happening that are teaching me. So in that sense, I would say, yeah, it's worked.
From what I see, it takes a lot of courage to just quit your work and start traveling. Just following your intuition. You have to have a lot of courage because it requires letting go and trusting.
Everyone has told me how brave I am, and I don't see it. I'm not denying them. I'm not saying they're wrong, but this job was so bad. It was such a sort of ego death like, I don't want to use like grand spiritual terms and make it sound like this epic thing, but like it really beat the crap out of me. And it got to this point. Also, like, I don't have any dependents, right? I don't have any children. And I don't have like I don't have anyone else that I need to like, nothing to uphold.
Yeah, but still, we all have this need for safety and stability. And when you just quit the job,
Yeah.
so you stop something and then you just start traveling, following your intuition, not knowing exactly. It's this stability and so-called safety is not there. So for me, this is why I said that it takes a little bit of courage to be able to do that.
I understand. But what I was saying before is it was like beaten out of me. As in like it just got so bad and I saw like kind of no way out. I was like, I don't know what to do. And I just said, like, I don't really care what happens. Like, or that was the point I got to.
Okay.
It was, someone said like you don't like decide to not have willpower. Your willpower just collapses. Like, life just kind of gets you to a point when you're like, I don't even care. Like, it's not that I'm saying, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, you know what? If I end up like broke, if I go through all my savings, if I have to start at ground zero, living at my parents or something, I mean, that's also what gives me courage, is like I have safety nets.
Exactly.
Like, I do have family that I could live with if I had to, or places to go. But still, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit in me that feels like I have something to lose. But yeah, I got to a point when I was seriously, it was like true not caring. Where I was like, I don't care where this goes, but I can't stay here. I can't do this.
That also requires courage, because some people are so stuck in this need for safety that they just stay miserable. They choose being miserable and safe than to become happy or relaxed but not safe.
Yeah, I think I just read good books. No, but really, like, books that said that, like, it's possible to live like a magnificent life. When I say magnificent, just one that's surprise and of not just mundane.
Yeah, because
Deadness.
magnificent, maybe people will associate magnificent with a yacht and 3 stories villa and millions in your bank account. But magnificent for me means on the inside that you are happy, you are content, you are pleased with your life, you learn something, you grow. For me, that's magnificence.
Yeah, that's a good call to flag that. Yeah, what that word means. Because yeah, even when I said it, I was like, that's a loaded word. It means something different.
Exactly.
For everyone. But yeah, I don't know. I read too many stories. People they tell the stories of their lives, and it's full of adventure and it's full of magic, or, like just the unexplained. And I was like, yeah, I want that. Like, I prefer that. There was one line. One of my favorite authors is Richard Bach. Do you know him?
Yeah, of course.
The
Jonathan.
Yes. I knew you knew. I think you actually mentioned. No, someone else did.
No.
But he said he was describing himself, and he said, I wanted to live a life of adventure, but I knew no one else was going to do that for me. And he's like, it took me a long time to realize that, and I felt the same way. Like, for many years, I was just like, who's going to discover me? When's this going to start? And yeah, I don't know. That's what I mean, though, where it's like I knew something better is possible, and also, yeah, I traveled enough to know that, like, my life in New York wasn't satisfying for me, as safe as it was, because it was safe.
Would you like to share some of your adventures so far? Something that really opened your eyes somehow and made you learn something really valuable for your life?
Yeah, I learn something big every trip. That's why I have this blog, because it's not me sharing it, it's me like processing it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's like part of my process, and then I do like to share it. It's nice to have people read it. But I think one of I mean, I'll share one of like the telling moments for me. So like I was at the peak of my misery. I asked my job if I could work remotely, so I went to Portugal for a few months, and I got back, and a friend asked how it was, and I didn't even think about what I said. I just said I felt so much like myself when I was there, and I didn't even like realize I said it. I don't know why. I'm whatever distracted, and he was like, "That's pretty important."
Yeah. Definitely.
So, but yeah, like every trip, Morocco, I went to Morocco for a month in September. And that, there was a moment in that trip. That trip was so beautiful because, like, it was a month and it really had a narrative to it. Like, and when the big moment came, it's just like a movie. It came exactly at the time of the screenplay when it would happen, you know, like 5/6 of the way through. And it was one of those epiphanies that just like, oh, come on. So yeah, that's why I love traveling. I just nothing thrills me more than meeting people like you or just these characters that I meet on the road that just blow my mind, or the way they live, the things they say. Even some of them are wretched, some of them are horrible, and they still teach me things, as painful as that can be. So, yeah, I could talk forever about the adventures and the stories, because there's always an epiphany, but...
what was the epiphany in Morocco?
Oh, bless this man. Bless this man. So, this was an Airbnb. I was staying at... he was French, and there's this little town called Ouarzazate. It's the Hollywood of...
Yeah, I know where they shot movies with
Yes.
deserts.
Yeah, that's where if you need a desert scene, you go to Ouarzazate. Mm-hmm. So then there's a little village, and then there's this guy's place. Mm-hmm. And there was like 5 people in this village. And he's living in this like Shangri-La. Like he built this home with like 4 other people, and it was this gorgeous home. And it was like the scene in the movie where, like, you know, you're battled and bruised. I was having a miserable time in Morocco. I get to his place. This guy is smart. He's interesting. He's validating all my experiences, like all my frustrations. He's cooking these amazing meals for me. He had these other guests too, mm-hmm. So I got to like talk with people I could really relate to. But we're at dinner one night, and he's sharing this story of how he got his house built. And he said this, in the construction phase, he had this Senegalese painter, and this guy kept muttering this phrase to himself over and over in French, and I wish I knew the French. But he translates it, and he shows me on his phone, and it said, "In the order of the slowness of time." And like that line, even when I say it now, like it means nothing to no one else. But to me, it was the line that, like, nuclear bomb. It also told me the relationship was going to end, which at that time I did not. I had a deep sense of it, but it was one of those things that I knew it needed to like play out. Does that make sense? Like, I couldn't end it right then and there. She couldn't have ended. I knew this wasn't going to be forever. It was going to be imminent, actually, but it needed to play out, and everything needs to play out. And like we talk about control. And sometimes you have a sense, like, this job's not right, this person's not right, this city, and it's like the order of the slowness of time. Like, all the right steps need to happen so that it happens in, like, fluidity. And it just, it's like everything will happen, but time works differently than how we wish for it to. And I guess it's hard for me to explain. I wrote about it forever in the blog. I still don't feel like I expressed it clearly, but that was the line. That guy said that one line, and I was just like, electric chair. Like, I was sitting there, and like the other people were talking, and I'm just like,
it's for me it's amazing because I had many times in my life moments like this in which I'm very intensely preoccupied with something, because for me growth and transformation is not something that I do in vacation or when I have time for it. I do it all the time. It's something that goes on all the time. It's not, now I have a vacation, so now I can transform.
Right. Can't focus on that. Vacation growth is in 6 months.
Exactly. So I'm going, as you said, there are chapters in life. I'm going through stuff. We can say like chapters, and depending on the chapter, the preoccupation is on one topic or one aspect of life. So I had many times, either I open a book and it's exactly the answer I was looking for, or I meet someone who says something which means the whole world just to me, because it was also an answer to my questions or my quest. So I can understand very much this, that it was something for you.
Yeah.
And I also believe that we get these answers almost all the time, but we don't pay attention all the time, so we miss them. But I think the answers are coming to us constantly, just we need to be open for them.
I'm not sure. I want to, because it's like, I know intuitively that life is always talking to you, because there can be no other way. Like, I don't know, that's my belief on how this thing works, and I'm still figuring it out, and I hope tomorrow I'm wrong about what I'm saying today. But, like, again, the reason I left New York, or like, I associate New York with just the last chapter, is because I felt like life wasn't talking to me. Or like, I felt like the line went dead.
But that's also an answer.
Look! Can I have a sip?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
That's also a pretty clear answer. Because
that's a good point. That's actually that's a very good point.
Silence is also an answer.
Well, not just that. Like, this is why some chapters, like, I don't know. This was something I wanted to say before it was popping up as you were speaking. Is like, I'm traveling around and I post these like cool pictures of stuff, because I don't post pictures of me just, doing nothing on the couch being bored. But like, so everyone thinks I'm having this like adventure of a lifetime, and it is. It's wonderful. It's amazing. But like, I think people are surprised when they're like, how was it? How was it? I'm like, oh my God, Georgia sucked. Like, I was in Georgia for a month, and like, but like, yeah, I don't do these trips for vacation. Or like, I'm not going to sip daiquiris and I don't need to relax. I mean, I do, but that's not why I do it. I do it to learn. And sometimes those lessons are really hard. But yeah, sorry, to say back to the New York. Like, yeah, you're right. The New York thing, I felt like the line was dead. But even when that happens, that's when like yearnings come up, or like, your body starts telling you, your spirit, the thing that you need.
Exactly.
So, okay, you're right. It's just, I feel like in that chapter, it's internal, right? No one comes up to me and they're like, in the order of the slowness of time. Like, that happens when I'm traveling through Morocco, not in Brooklyn.
Yeah, so for me, an answer is also complete silence or nothingness, complete silence. No, as you said, something like it's dead. This is a loud, cleared message. You have to move on. Here, it's finished. It's dead. Move on.
Yeah, wish I was better at listening, but
we are animals of habit. So when we are accustomed with something, it's not always easy to let go.
I think it's also not always easy to listen to life.
Yes, because sometimes you want something, but life knows that you need something else. And if you insist on having what you want, not having what you need.
Say that again?
For me, there is a difference between what we want and what we really need. So life usually gives us what we need, not always what we want. But when we insist on having what we want, life will take a break. All right, have it your way. See how it works.
Yeah, which then turns into what you need. you needed to experience the dissatisfaction of getting the thing
that you wanted and see that no, it was not it.
Do you remember, sorry, back to what I was saying before in the Odyssey, when early on he's talking with the ghost, with Zendaya, and he's like, but how do the gods speak to us? And he's like, I wish they could speak to us in a way we understand. And she's like, we do! Like, but it's just not, like, he's an intellectual guy. So, like you were saying, like, you know, even silence
Is an answer.
Is a message or an answer. And there always is a message. It just, it might not be literal or abundantly clear. Yeah.
Definitely. So, what do you feel you keep on learning in this journey of yours, which is external to a certain degree, but it's, from where I sit, it's more an inner journey. There is some kind of a lesson in it.
This is, yeah. My prayer is to, like, just relax and, like, chill. Because I spend, like, God, I'm so angsty. Or, like, and I don't know, maybe that's, like, something to look, it's like, why? You know, what do you need to happen? What do you need to have happen in life? Like, what's driving this? And I remember, like, my dad's similar. My dad's, like, super type A personality, always needs to, like, control things. And, like, he's older though, so he's a little more relaxed, he's a little more perspective. And, like, many years ago he was just like, dude, just enjoy the ride. And I think if I looked back, like, let's say future me was talking to current me, he'd be like, dude, everything is gonna work out in one way or another. Like, you're gonna be satisfied. Or, like, whatever, like, these things that you're worried about happening are probably gonna happen. Like, you know what I mean, like vocation and partnership and all, but, like, so I spend a lot of my days, like, worrying about it. And it's like, I don't know, I wish I could just better, like, enjoy it. Does that make sense? And, like, I think that's the lesson I'm learning is, like, take your hands off, let life do it, and, like, just, like, lean into it and just like appreciate it. And I'm getting better at it. Like, I do feel like I am, but it's like that to me feels like the work.
So it's again we come back to letting go.
That's everything. It's everything. It's everything. Odysseus did his whole journey just to hear that line.
I am. You said that when you were abroad, you told a friend that you feel like yourself. What does it feel to be yourself?
I don't know.
I caught you.
Yeah. No, it's no, but I can't answer that because I felt it in Paris too, where I was just like, this feels like the greatest expression of me. Like, this environment, this routine. And when I say greatest expression, it's like I've got my strengths. You know, I've got my tendencies. I've got the things that when I do it, I'm happy. Like, for me, having a good book solves 90% of my happiness. Like, truly. Give me a good book and coffee and, like, I'm pretty good. The rest can fill in itself. And yeah, I remember in Paris, like, nothing external was really happening beyond that. Like, I was in a city that encouraged, like, intellectualism. Mm-hmm. A city where solitude was okay. Like, you'd always see people sitting by themselves reading books, and I was reading great books, eating good food in a home that I loved, in a city that I thought was really beautiful and stimulating. And it was this feeling, when you say what does it feel like to feel like yourself, the best way I can describe it's like there's a momentum and a fullness to it. Like I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's like you're just kind of like embodied. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And like when I know how it feels to be in that way, and I know very much how it feels to not be in that way. So when I'm saying, what does it feel like to be myself? Because I get it. It's like, okay, buddy, you're always yourself. Or like, how can you not be? But let's just say
But we can.
I was the greatest version. I was the best version of myself.
We almost all the time do that unconsciously.
What?
We have a mask. We are not ourselves. We have a mask on.
Mm-hmm.
Due to how we were raised in our family, what we think people expect from us. Many aspects that makes us behave in a certain way. We think it's expected of us somehow to be like that.
Mm.
And even if you think when you are at work, you behave in a certain way.
Sure.
When you are in a movie theater, you will behave in another way. When you are with a work colleague, you behave in one way. When you are with your best friend, you will be slightly different. So we shift masks depending on the circumstances. So for me, being myself will imply that I really feel free to just be me and not be in a way that people expect of me to be.
Mm.
I don't know if it makes sense for you, this, but I've noticed that depending on the circumstance or the situation, I feel free to be myself with some people,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't feel free to be myself with other people.
Yeah.
There are circumstances where I feel free to be myself, and others where I feel I have to be composed in a certain way and behave in a certain way. So for me to be myself means simply to be free to be me and not have different masks or play different roles depending on.
I'm gonna push back on you a little bit.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying, and it's obvious when some people are wearing a mask, right? Or it's obvious when there's a performance happening. You could tell they're like, saying something and like there's something else. I don't know. It doesn't feel real or it doesn't feel
authentic.
Authentic, yeah. People have different energies. You know, places have different energies, and I feel like it's going to impact you where you are. And like, if I'm with someone, there are situations where I don't feel like I could be fully me, right? I can't say the thing that pops into my head. And like, I wrestle with that. I'm like, is that dishonest? Or is it just like, yeah, I'm kind of conforming or contorting to the situation where this is a person that, yeah, I'm kind of like guarding myself. Like, I don't want to open myself up to this person. That's not me. It's just like, it's an energy I don't want to be around. Does that make sense? And like,
yeah, but that's, as you said, guarding yourself. It's a little bit a different situation. Yes.
Okay.
You have.
I get
right.
Where it's like, I feel comfortable to be me, so to speak, around you because you strike me as an accepting person. That like, you're not going to judge me. You're not going to invalidate the things that I say. I don't feel like when I speak to you, you're going to tell me I'm wrong or that, you know, I shouldn't feel it. So I can just say the things I want. And I feel, but that's the energy that you give out. There's other people, and like there's other people who they're like, I'm me and it doesn't matter. Like, whether it's you or you, I'm not that person. Like, for whatever reason. And like, I don't know.
I don't know yet how it is to be like that, to be me no matter what.
I don't even know if it's you're kind of like a sociopath, or it's just like you're. What I'm saying is like it's natural to respond to certain energies, like with certain like there is no you that's just you, and like I don't know. I was talking about this with students the other day. It's like that's why personality tests. We're talking about personality tests and like whether they're effective or not. And this video was like, there's no such thing as a fixed personality. Like you have your tendencies, you have your qualities, but you're gonna change depending on where you are, on the environment, on the situation, and like, to me that's natural. We are like, what's the word? Morphous. Like we're creatures that there's nothing fixed. Like it's energy. It bends and it shifts in certain ways.
I believe to a certain degree, yes, it is like that. We adjust to a certain degree to what is around us. But for me, also this, I don't want to get too philosophical, but a certain connection with your soul, with your essence, with who you truly are.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking of a little bit more. And then, of course, personality, interaction, you have to adapt to a certain way. You always have this behavioral adaptation depending on, but the connection with your true self, so that you, or at least you with yourself, have access to it.
Yes,
then,
yes. There is a such thing as acting in integrity with yourself and not betraying that sense. And like, I don't know. I give myself a pat because I'm getting better at it. I grew up a people pleaser, or like I wanted to fit in really bad. It's easy for me. I'm very malleable. Like it's easy for me to adapt to different situations. But I have a pretty strong inner compass. Like I know when I'm lying. I know when I'm lying to myself or to someone else. And like for me, it's just most important to live in accordance with that. And what's interesting is like I mentioned, there's a situation I don't want to say on the camera, but when I'm in it, so I'll just speak kind of abstractly. When I'm in it, I watch myself being like, what the hell? What the heck are you saying? it's like you don't. I watch myself being awkward. I watch myself talking in the kind of clipped, uncomfortable way that I'm not used to talking. And again, because I'm within a dynamic. I'm within a dynamic where I don't feel like I can be fully myself, and I accept that. I know I'm not deceiving myself. I'm not deceiving this person. It's the discomfort of the situation.
I totally understand, because I have, for example, in my circle of acquaintances and buddies and friends, when we were talking about this, I told you, for me, friends, it's up here. It's someone who you can trust totally and you can be totally open. And then you have acquaintances that you spend time, buddies, you spend time, you open up to a certain degree, but not fully. And then you have acquaintances. So I have been, or in my circle of friends and buddies, I have people, I know people that I can, when I am with them, I can just be myself. No matter if I'm a happy me today or I'm a little bit down me today. And I know that they will not judge me. I feel free to be myself. And then I have other people, and when I am with them, I know that I have to show them the best version or a better version of myself, because otherwise they will judge me. They will judge me and even sometimes gossip behind my back. So then I have to put a beautiful mask for them, so I know that I'm guarding myself, as you said.
Yeah.
So I understand that. But this connection with my true self, my essence, to be true to myself.
Yeah.
No matter of the circumstance of or people or the mask I choose consciously to wear because I guard myself.
Yes.
That I need to. I would really love to have it all the time. I'm not there yet. I have to admit it.
So someone said, and again, this is something I think about. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It said, you can lie to other people, but don't lie to yourself. I don't like lying to other people. I would almost rather lie to other people than lie to myself. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, because again, like, that's my tendency. My tendency is to
So
to want to get along with people.
So you'd rather lie to other people than to yourself, or the other way around?
I said I'd almost rather do that because I care so mumuch about being liked. Like I'm so, like, that's my admission. But I stand by the quote where I get what I mean is like I don't feel comfortable lying to other people, but I see what he's saying in it. That like that's secondary. It's what you say to yourself is the most important. And as long as you know what you're doing, which is what you said, you're like, I consciously put on the mask. That's much different than, because then you betray yourself. And you talked about intuition, and you're like, how do you know it's right, or do you feel like it's? You asked me about it before, and I follow mine so like viciously, because the more I do, the better the relationship is with it. And I feel that that's the same with integrity, and the people who override their integrity, you diminish that connection. Like, you'll always have it, because like you won't lie to you. Like, there's something in, I don't know, I can't speak for other people, but it's like I think humans do have this kind of like North Star. Like, we do have something in us that knows when we're lying, and that's when it shows up in the body when you lie to yourself. But yeah, we know. And yeah, for me, it's just the more I do it, the stronger that connection is.
We can call it intuition or inner voice or listening to our soul or whatever.
Compass.
Compass. But I also noticed the more I listen to it, the better it gets. And also I can feel, for example, if I have an intuition that I should do something, and then in that moment doesn't make any sense. I will take a funny example. I want to go out, and then my intuition says, take your umbrella. And I'm looking out, and it's a cloud-free sky, and no, I will not carry it. And then I go out, and in 30 minutes it's pouring, and I'm wet. I didn't listen to it. It didn't make sense at the moment, but it knows better than our mind knows. So I know, the more I listen to it, the better it gets.
Mine, I don't know why or how. Maybe I know why, but I don't know how. Mine got remarkably stronger when I left my job. Mm-hmm. I think it's because like I did something that was very much in alignment with myself. And like I said, that was a year ago, and no, more than a year now. But like, it's done. Saying I don't know. I have many stories like that where it doesn't make any sense, and then something happens, and you're like, what is this thing? Like, what? I don't know. I don't want to think too much about it, because I'm just like, hey, you keep just saying directions, and like I'll keep doing it. I don't need to know who you are, what you are, like. But it's weird. It's eerie. It's really eerie, because it also, I don't know. I have one story.
Please do share.
And actually, it's kind of metaphorically, it's like the same idea, because it's about water. So when I'm staying with this guy, right? Mm-hmm. I'm living in his son's room, and so it's about 4 days in. He's a tour guide. I took a tour with him, so we were in the Old Town area, and I had a call with my dad in like 20 minutes, and I was like, okay, you know what? Like, logically, I was like, I'll stay in the Old Town. This is a nice area. I'll grab a bench. I'll wait for 20 minutes, talk to my dad, and then get dinner or something. Mm-hmm. Something in me said to take the call from home. And I was like, why? It's beautiful. It's a nice day out. This is a new city for me. I'm in a beautiful area. But it was clear. It said take it from home. Okay, fine. I go home, talking to my dad. 15 minutes in, I hear this really loud noise from the bathroom. I was like, is that the pipes or something? I'm like, Dad, 1 second. I walk in. Water is gushing from the wall. And like filling up, like the Titanic. Like, it's filling up like fast. And I'm like, Dad, I gotta go. Put the phone down. And I'm just like, I typed to ChatGPT. I sent it a picture, and it's like taking a while to respond. Water's just like gushing. And this guy, thankfully, his water valve not only was in the bathroom, mm-hmm. but it was marked, which was kind of odd. Of all the places, it could have been in a different way. It was right. So I see this like little plastic door. I see a little label on it. It says water valve. Mm-hmm. And so I open that up. I'm just like, and I turn it off. And I was like, that was remarkable, because if I wasn't there, his apartment would have been destroyed. Yeah. Or at least that room for sure. And there's all these electronics, and it's beautiful wood floor. And then also the neighbors underneath were getting flooded. Yeah. So he came up and he's like, it's not raining. Why is my pantry covered in water? And I was just like, that was bizarre. Like, because logically, I would have stayed out. And neither, he was gone. He wasn't home, the guy. So neither of us would have been there for 2 hours at least. And
Enough to destroy their apartment.
it would have destroyed the apartment. Yeah, I would have had to move my stuff. My stuff would have gotten destroyed. It was sitting on the floor. All my clothes are on the floor. Or not, whatever. But yeah, his apartment. So like, what the heck is that?
I had many times situations like this where it didn't make any sense at the moment, but because I notice what happens when I don't listen to them, now even if I don't understand, I just listen. I just follow it because I saw what happens when I don't.
What happens when you don't?
Something like that.
You get
you
poured
know?
on. For me, it's a feeling. The worst feeling in the world is regret. The absolute worst feeling that I've ever experienced is regret. Like it destroys. It's when, because true regret to me is when I knew otherwise, but I go against it. Like there's one thing where it's like, hey, okay, if I would have done it again, I would have gone left. That's different. Hindsight is different than regret. Regret is like I knew in the moment, my gut was saying to do this, but I did this anyway. And now when I
see the consequences.
When I do that, the feeling, oh my god, I beat myself up like there's no tomorrow because I knew it. I can forgive myself if it happened afterwards. It's like, hey, I didn't know. That I'm much easier on myself. But if I knew it, if my intuition said it and I went against it,
is it wise to beat yourself up or?
Of course not. Of course it's not. That's what I do.
Well, it's so far you have been living for the past year or more so, following your intuition. Are you happy?
Yeah. Not today.
Of course, there are days and there are days.
But I don't question what I'm doing, and I think that's the most important part. I feel like I'm living in alignment with myself, and like I feel like I'm in the flow of my life. Even some days I do not truly, and some days I'm like, I wish I was home, or like I wish I had a home. I wish all this stuff. But big picture, 80-90% of the time, I feel I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm enjoying it. So
with regards to control,
yeah,
how do you feel living like this? Because you said that you are type A with controls.
It's the best. Like I'm not trying to sit here and be like, for $2.99 you can have it too. Like
if it costs only that, I'll have it.
You know what? Maybe I'll start selling it. No, it's so cool. Again, I'm getting a little bit better at stepping back and like seeing the picture come. I'm getting a little bit better. I'm trusting life a little bit more, and the more, I don't want to say pays off, but do you know what I mean? The more you see where it's like the wisdom, like, that's why. That makes perfect sense. So yeah, I'm getting much better at it, and it's becoming much more enjoyable. Like, yeah, but I'm not even close to being like, I think it's a constant process, which is cool. Like, I think that makes this thing fun.
Transformation?
Not even transformation, just life in general. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think there's always, I've heard someone else say this, but it makes sense to me that there's always a next step. Like, there's always further to go. Because I think life is just, it's a constantly shifting thing, and there's no end to it. Like, it's always shifting, and my job is just to, how I see, play my part. Like, can I play my part, do what I feel just do what's asked of me, so to speak.
It's not always easy, because this we control, from my perspective, from my experience, is somehow a lack of trust, which comes from different fears. So wanting to control is you don't trust life will play out the way you think it should because we have some fears.
I think
I describe it very simplistic, but somehow the mechanism of control is coming from fear and lack of trust.
Do you feel like the fear is because that you feel you have something to lose?
Of course. Something to lose, or I will get hurt, or I will suffer, or
I would have to say
some like the future will have some negativity to it, and then I want to avoid it, and if I want to avoid it, I have to control the outcome, which is ridiculous.
Very well articulated. I don't know. You asked what's the lesson I want. I think mine, I said this thing before, I want to relax, I have my answer. I want to truly understand what it means to have nothing to lose. Because I think that's how you live like a fearless life. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want. Because it's the truth. And like there's a line, the things that were taken from you were never yours to begin with. And I don't think anything's ours. Nothing. I mean, like, I don't know. I say this intellectually. I don't believe it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not in me. Mm-hmm. But like that, and like, I think. Sorry, let me get this out. I feel a little like jammed up with it. I think part of my life now is like understanding. Like I'm still protecting something. That's why I haven't fully let go. And maybe it's like as a kid, I was a smart kid. I was told I have a lot of potential. Like I have to like realize this grand glorious version of myself. Or so it's like scary for me to just like let go, right? But it's like the things that like burn the most are expectations. And like once those are gone, you realize they were never real to begin with. And one of my favorite books is I love George Orwell, and he wrote Down and Out in Paris and London. So he was a hobo, he was homeless for a while, and he said, I hit rock bottom. Like I actually hit rock bottom. He said it was the best thing that ever happened to me because it was the thing I feared the most. And when I got there, I realized it wasn't that bad. And that's why, like, one of my favorite authors, he made this graph, and he said, this is the human journey. This is the journey for all of us. And like, we have to hit this in order to be reborn. There has to be a death. And like, it could be early and somewhat painless. It could be later and much more painful because I think more dies the longer you live. But yeah, I don't know if I've gone there. I'm not saying like I want rock bottom, but like I do want to live with nothing to lose because I think that's freedom. I do think that's freedom.
Well, it requires a lot of courage.
A tremendous courage and a huge tolerance for pain as well.
For pain or for suffering?
Suffering or just acceptance. I mean, acceptance is the antidote to all of it.
Because for me, pain is physical and suffering is emotional.
Very good point. But to me, acceptance is the solve for everything. Because none of it hurts when you accept it. None of it.
It's true. And also I think maybe to a certain degree you're right, and to a certain degree I will oppose a little bit the idea that the older you get, the more difficult it becomes to let go. Mm-hmm. But it is, I think that you have a problem letting go, not because you get older, just because you get more identified with your ego. And you can have a strong tie to your ego when you are young, or you can have a strong tie with your ego when you are
that makes complete
older.
Sense.
So I think this with letting go, it's equal to death of your ego, acceptance and letting go. Arriving to the point where you have nothing to lose is actually you gave up your ego.
Yeah. And I guess
somehow
that is how I felt when I quit the job. Like I felt truly deeply I got nothing to lose. Like whatever happens, happens. Now I'm here and I've got this certain amount of savings, and I'm like, I have that to lose, and I have to protect it and all that stuff. So, but I agree with you that yeah, I see it in other people I know who've gotten older, and yeah, they're just more identified
Yeah.
with their identity. Identified with their identity.
I also went through a quite big transition recently, and I noticed, for example, what was difficult for me because I had to leave everything behind and start almost afresh. The toughest is identification with the job, with the relation, with the country, with the role I play, with whatever it is. So it's almost like, who am I without all of those? So when you have nothing to lose, I think it's a very good a shortcut to discovering who you really are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not identified anymore with your job at Nike or wherever you are working, and the relationship with the girlfriend whom you break up with, or New York or whatever. And in my case, the similar, but in Sweden instead of New York. It doesn't matter. So this, I noticed this is the toughest. It was the toughest for me. But also it helps me the most because I realized I identify myself with something which is not me. Right. There are some roles I play, but those are not the real me. So having nothing to lose is actually coming back home to yourself somehow.
In the Odyssey, he comes back a beggar, a no one. You know, he's the general, he's the king of that kingdom of Ithaca, but he comes back, he's getting spit on, he's getting kicked, but he knows, like,
who
he knows who he really is. He's not the king, he's not the general, and like look where all that led him.
And he's not a beggar either.
Correct. He's a no one. He comes back a nobody. And I that's why that movie was so profound for me, or that book. I guess it was a book.
It is a book. Odyssey by Homer. It's still a book.
I heard it was based on a book. But yeah, like I don't know. That's why that movie was so enjoyable, because I was like, this does feel like the human journey, and his identity led to him making the biggest sin of his life, which was ruining that city. You know, bringing in the horse and causing
Trojan horse, and
causing the death,
Troy.
Causing the death of all those people. The girl getting her head cut off. Sorry, spoilers. You should see it by now. That's how this. But anyway, and then like the thing I love about that movie too, which has nothing to do with what we're saying, but I just want to say it, is he thinks his work is done once the war ends, and his journey actually, that's when it really starts, is after the war, and it has nothing to do with anything. I just wanted to say it. Now to get back to what you were saying, I don't know if there is like a real self. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there's like what are those dolls? There's like a doll in it. Like, I don't know if there's anything, like the great masters say there's not. You know, they say there's nothing inside. So here's what I will say though, is like, I think we have natural impulses and natural patterns. And yeah, I don't know. For me, my thing was like, I want to discover mine. You know, like what is my natural tendency? What's the thing I'm naturally drawn to? Not what's the thing that's going to provide safety, that's going to give me the life I want so I can get these goals that, you know, wife and kids and all that. It's like, or my parents' approval, society's approval, which is what all that other stuff was doing. So yeah, I'm just like, yeah, like, what's my authentic pattern? Like, what's the thing that's
and did you discover it?
The role? No, of course not. I mean, also, I think it's one of those things too, maybe that you're not necessarily conscious of it, because I don't know if it's linear necessarily. For me, I'm doing what feels right. If it my
Even if it's difficult to do it?
Fortunately, I haven't been faced with too much.
Okay.
I get what I mean by that is like what I've gotten really good at, and I don't know. I think I can stand behind this. What I've gotten really good at is not forcing things and recognizing, like when I'm pushing, willing something to happen, as opposed to just like, hey, when the time is right, it'll come, and if it doesn't, then not.
So if we will sum it up, and for example, you will be asked to give advice to a person who is in a crossroad and not know exactly what to do with his or her life, what would you tell that person from your own experience?
I think everyone knows what they truly want. And like, I don't know, I guess that's like my mantra is like, live aligned with who you are and what you want, and let the rest go. Do you know? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, many people, they're holding on to stuff for a variety of reasons. I think a lot of people live by what they should do, and everyone has an internal compass that says. So when I first quit my job, I went to this bar. I went out with some friends. It was like a few weeks after or something. And I met these guys. And this one dude, we're drinking and we have so much in common. Like, it's kind of eerie. And he was like, there's a line by Carl Jung. And he said, just do the next right thing. And he told me that. And oh my God, that. All right, earlier you talked about like, these lines can come from anywhere. That happened in New York. That wasn't in India or in, Pakistan or Burma or whatever. Like, that came from New York. And that has been my mantra. Just do the next right thing. You only know the next step. And so if someone's at a crossroads, you know what you want. Everyone knows what they want. But they do. They do. And it's not easy. I don't know. For me, again, also for me, like I worked with a career coach. Like I had someone help me organize my thoughts, but it can happen. I don't know, whatever. It can happen in a variety of ways. So if I had to sum up, everyone knows what they want, and just do the next right thing. Let the rest go.
Thank you so much for taking your time to have this wonderful interview with me. I'm very happy that I met you. We had some super interesting and profound talks and discussions, conversations. I love communicating with you. So I hope that our viewers will follow your advice to a certain degree and realize that life is really wonderful when you let it flow.
I agree. It's astounding. It can be really astounding. Because there's a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom in the way things work that, again, I'm still recognizing, but I appreciate it.
So we say goodbye, and until next time, take care.